Howdy folks, and welcome back to Turkey Goose Homestead. I said I was going to do another video this summer if, around first harvest, and if there's any, big updates I've done that I thought were pretty exciting. And we're here at first harvest, and we got some pretty big updates that I want to show. So we'll start with showcasing the garden, where that's at, and then we'll finish with the two big additions that I have out here on the homestead. Just a little bit before we get moving here, it's been a pretty good summer out here. We've had a lot of fun. I would say we've got a lot done, and the garden still is the best garden we've had thus far. But we have been in a drought for pretty much all of August, end of July. We went maybe a whole month without rain, and as you know, I haul water out here, and I'm only out here every other, when I have my son, essentially, because I got to work otherwise. So it's been pretty hard to keep up with watering as much as has been needed because we went without rain for so long. But anyways, I'll just get into it, I guess. So here's the current state of the garden. I think it's still doing pretty good, but the drought that we've been under has really put a lot of stress on particularly the potatoes. I water as much as I can, hauling 25 gallons in each time we were, every day pretty much that we were out here. But it was so dry. It's been so dry. Even in town, they were saying, like for the first time up here in the Northland, they're talking about water conservation. Like this has been a pretty bad drought, I have to say. But yeah, anyway, so the potatoes have really taken kind of a beating because not only were they stressed from the drought, we've also been suffering from flea beetles and slugs in the garden this year as well. So like this whole branch here, like is very dry. This potato, I'm pretty sure, I'll be very surprised if anything bounces back off of it because it's not looking great. But then if you look too closely, like, that leaf there, it's been just devoured by the flea beetles out here. I sprinkled ash on them, and then today I kind of washed that off because we went and got some neem oil, and now I'm trying the neem oil out here. But yeah, we'll see how it all goes. I'm hoping to get a couple more weeks of green and growth out of these guys, but yeah, the drought and then with the flea beetles, it's been really rough on them. My buckets, or the gimmick potatoes as I called them, they're actually doing all right, I have to say. These guys have held out pretty strong. And just also worth noting here as well, so these potatoes, which grew well, but they are also looking the roughest. These were like grocery store potatoes that, grew eyes. I cut them up and then I planted them. I do have to say, these were like over here, this row, these were seed potatoes I bought from, like a greenhouse kind of a thing. And they're also doing pretty good. So for whatever that's worth and worth noting, I got that going on. So my onions have all kind of fell over, which is sign one of them getting ready to harvest. But it's someone shooting. But it's kind of questionable. Do I wait for them to be brown or just crispy on the outside? So we're giving them a little bit more time. And tomatoes are getting ready to harvest. These guys, because we're leaving tomorrow morning, these guys are probably getting plucked. These ones aren't quite ready over here, but I'm still gonna just pluck the ones that are almost ready and let them get ready in the window, I think. Just to make sure nothing's eating them, because I did find a slug on one of them. Some of them have slug holes, and we did put some iron phosphate, I believe, on the ground around here too, just to bait the slugs and kill them as well. But there's about 100 tomatoes growing in here right now, and so I'm pretty excited. We're definitely gonna have some put away for the winter. unfortunately, my tower potatoes, or my potato towers, they did not make it. However, it's not because of the concept necessarily, it was the flea beetles that absolutely eviscerated them. Like, I don't know if you can really tell looking at it, but like you can just, there's nothing left on that one. Same over there. The flea beetles, they really were a problem. I'm hoping the neem oil takes care of them as well. The ash did pretty good, but I was worried the ash was going to cover up too much of the green and they weren't going to be able to photosynthesize. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So I don't know if there's going to be any potatoes in these this year. I think next year I will try it again, knowing that I have, you know, the problem of flea beetles, and then we'll just see how that goes. Yeah, but anyways, this is the state of the garden. I'm excited for my tomatoes. I'm anxious and nervous over my potatoes. Hopefully I get a few more weeks of growth. The onions have been pretty okay. Oh, just a update, sorry. So one, I did have that row of onions here. It got overgrown. I just cut them down and we ate them small. But it was, you know, I kind of thought that was cheating. We didn't get a ton of green beans either this year. Giant bumblebee just flew right in my face. We didn't get a ton of green beans. We, you know, maybe literally a serving size grew. I'm kind of just leaving them in because I'm thinking that whoever's eating, kind of like a bait plant is my thought on that. My asparagus, however, has been doing pretty okay. You know, when we planted it, they were about that big. They've come up pretty far. This guy's growing. I'm hoping it'll be a next year harvest, but it might be a 2-year. We'll just have to wait and see on that. But yeah. Anyways, so this is the garden. I'm excited. I'm calling it a success already. Oh, just another note worth having, I guess. You know, I've gotten mixed signals. Do you mound once? Do you keep mounding? I don't know. I have kept mounding because the bigger these things get, they fall open and they break apart their mound and then the potatoes get exposed. So I've been mounding all summer long for the potatoes. Just food for thought on that as well. You know, I would continue to do so. I have seen potatoes in there as well, you know, like moderately decent sized potatoes. So I'm pretty excited to see how you know, fall harvest turns out here for us. I think we'll have some stuff put away for winter. The next exciting big update for the homestead out here was we are collecting rainwater. Rainwater collection. The buckets standing under the roof are done, and now we're collecting some real rainwater. We got 2 of these 50-gallon barrels on each side of the house running from the gutters directly into them. Then running out of the downspout, I got one of these kind of I don't know what you want to call it. It's like a corrugated pipe almost, running into the vinegar bottle that we use to clean out the barrels. Cut the top off and it fit perfectly in there. And then that vinegar bottle fits perfectly into the nozzle here. Kind of get closer so you can see a little better. Sorry for the mess around here. We're, you know, working. You know, so it fits kind of perfectly right into there. We drilled out the top of it and it just pours right in. We got a light drizzling, I will say. You know, since we've been out here, there was kind of a light drizzle, and it filled up the first barrel we had set up almost completely. There's like 45 gallons of water in there. So if for whatever rainfall it was, filled up the bottom of a 5-gallon bucket under the roof, about that big, and then it you know, that much waterfall in one bucket. 45 gallons were collected in the barrel. So this is going to be a game changer next year for sure. Like I'm beyond excited to have that set up for us this year. The last big update I have is actually out here in the woods. One, I guess I cleared this path. It was kind of funny. I cleared this path all the way down to our creek in case I had you know, last year I was hauling water from the creek all the way on the opposite end of the property. And I was like, well, why not just make a path down to the creek in the backyard? And I did. However, the creek's been dry pretty much since the end of spring. The creek's been dry and just overgrown with grass. So this has just been a nice little spot to come in and appreciate nature, you know, flowers and such. But nothing, no water down here at all. However, it opened up this new area from of the property to us, which is exciting because we're getting serious about hunting this year. You know, part of this off-grid journey will include getting protein off the land as well. So the next, and I guess final big update to the homestead was built a bow stand. It's about 6.5 feet off the ground, where the ground is, but that's probably about 12 inches of elevation there. And the shooting lanes I got go down even more so. So my hope is that this works out for me, I guess is my hope, because I would like to get a deer this year. That'd be pretty exciting. This is my 3rd year out here. Only really hunted it once, but I didn't get anything. But this feels good. I feel good. I'm putting a lot of energy into it this year, and I hope it turns out okay.
Love you, Dada.
Thanks, Coach. Anyways, there you have it. That's those are the big updates we have from the summer, end of summer. The leaves are already starting to change. I think it was really the stress of the drought on the trees, but leaves are falling, leaves are changing. Got wood delivered yesterday for the winter. We're getting ready. We're getting ready for the change of the season here. Yeah, so anyways, if you liked it, thank you for watching. I hope you like and subscribe, and tune in next time to Turkey Goose Homestead.